Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the broadcast. I'm so excited you guys are here, and I've got one intriguing report to share with you guys today, one that I've gotten a lot of questions from you guys on, and that is what the hell is really going on with this missing F-35 fighter jet that has just been discovered, by the way. They now have the plane in hand, so to speak, but there's so much information that doesn't really add up on this story, leading me to believe there's something else going on. And I've got one heck of a story to share with you to kind of fill in those gaps that the mainstream media is dead silent about. Now, as a quick review, in case you guys don't know what happened, let's take you on over to bbc.com. Missing F-35. United States military asked the public's help to help find this jet. You can see the F-35 U.S. military jet right there. And it goes on. The U.S. military has asked for the public's help to locate one of its $100 million F-35B fighter jets after the pilot ejected from the aircraft. It went missing on Sunday afternoon when the pilot was flying over the southern state of California. It was left in autopilot mode when the pilot ejected. A spokesman at Joint Base Charleston told NBC News, adding that it may have been airborne for some time. Now, that's the original story as of Sunday. We're now on September 21st, Thursday. New information has come to light after this entire thing, and that is the fact that when the pilot ejected and left it on autopilot, it traveled for about 60 miles. Take a look. This is USA Today. Missing F-35 jet flew for 60 miles without a pilot who ejected into the backyard after the mishap. Now, not only did it travel 60 miles, but new information has surfaced that it was nearly or almost inverted, basically flipped upside down to top it all off. Take a look here. This is on New York Post. Missing F-35 stealth jet presumed to have crashed was seen almost going inverted before the disaster, says a witness. Now, the article states the missing F-35 stealth jet presumed to have crashed in South Carolina over the weekend was spotted almost going inverted as it flew about 100 feet above the treetops just before the disaster, according to the witnesses. So it was really close to the ground. Adrian and Stephen Trueluck were celebrating their son's 7th birthday at their Williamsburg County, South Carolina home on Sunday when they spotted a low-flying aircraft before hearing a boom sound. Our kids always give a little salute, so we said, "Look at the plane. Oh my gosh, it's so low," Adrian told NBC News, and it kind of probably was about 100 feet above the treetops and almost going inverted. In other words, the thing was basically upside down. But here's the kicker on this whole thing. I find it interesting that the military put out Sunday that they had this missing plane. Yet, according to eyewitness testimony, they're saying that they saw it and heard it on Sunday. You would think that it would have been reported by then, so why the news release? But hey, maybe there's a gap. All quite possible. But either way, that's them reporting, on what happened. Here's another guy, and this is the funniest interview, by the way, of a young man and his account of what happened. I think this video is going to go viral as one of the craziest interviews, but take a listen to this young man's account of what happened with this jet.
I was in the bathroom taking a shave, and I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. I said, "What in the world is this?" And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook.
Who does that? I love this guy, whoever he is. He's funny. Got to give him a lot of credit there. At least he got really excited. I think he's going to be semi-famous after that. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this story, because we're literally talking about 90 million, 100 million, whatever kind of a factor there, somewhere in that level, a $90 to $100 million jet from Lockheed Martin. Now, this particular jet, to give you a background, is one of the most lethal, stealthy, and survivable aircrafts, most survivable aircrafts in the entire world. Really, really top-notch kind of jet. And we have this pilot ejecting from it. Now, the next question I have is, why the heck did the pilot eject? What would cause him to do such a thing? Well, according to recent information that just came out, he is stating that, well, he ejected, according to reports anyway, this is their account, due to bad weather. No joke. Take a look here, New York Post. F-35 pilot ejected from a $100 million jet over South Carolina due to bad weather, as experts reveal why the plane could not be tracked. It goes on. The pilot who ejected from the $100 million F-35 fighter jet claimed to have lost the plane in the weather and likely bailed out before he could activate its tracking system, sources and experts said. He's unsure of where his plane crashed. He said that he just lost it in the weather. Now, the pilot has not been identified. He landed in North Charleston residential neighborhood. He was taken to the hospital for treatment, and he has since been discharged. Well, that's his story, and I think he's sticking to it, or at least that is the story that we're being given. And quite frankly, it's a bunch of baloney. BS. It's freaking BS. I have not really heard of any stories where, we're talking about, again, the most lethal and stealthy and survivable aircraft in the known world. And this guy just ejects due to bad weather. I've never heard of anyone really doing that. And if you think about it, I think it has zero to no chance of being actually factually what he's saying. I don't believe it for 1 second. I don't believe it at all. That's my opinion. I think it has zero chance of actually being the case of what happened. I believe it so well. Because he's going to just eject himself into bad weather from that plane. Oh, let's just go put myself in a bad weather situation as well. Lord only knows what could happen, and put my life at risk that way. I mean, it doesn't add up. It really doesn't add up. And this is why, a lot of you have asked questions from me on it. Therefore, okay, the other thing that we hone in on is he says very clearly that he bailed out before he could activate the tracking system. If the weather was so bad, you would still have time to activate the tracking system. You really would. You really would, especially for a $100 million jet, right? You would have time. I don't buy that either. So something's not adding up here. And so personally, and this is my opinion, we have to wait and see what more facts they dare or do tell us. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're on the brink of potentially heading to war with Russia, with China. We have China amassing all kinds of military around and in and around Taiwan. We have a war right now going on between Ukraine and Russia. We have all kinds of tensions rising with this war. And we've had China already send balloons over the United States of America, which I believe collected surveillance for the Communist Party. So therefore, we also know that China and Russia have both hacked into the United States of America, various divisions, even government offices. Therefore, my personal belief is things are getting really intense with the war. They're not going to tell us the real reason. And again, this is my opinion, right? I love more information, but my opinion is, and my thought process is that the plane was hacked, potentially by China. Because why would you, forget to turn off the tracking system and then eject yourself during supposed bad weather, which is not really what people have done in the past. And then ask the public for this $90 million plane because they know at some point somebody's going to find it. So they kind of had to give a warning, right? Because if not, it would just show up and people would be asking a lot of questions. So personally, I think it was hacked by China. And kind of whether it was a show of force, a threat for war, I don't know any of that. I don't know other than, China could have multiple reasons. Did they want to show their power? Was it hacked for a certain reason? Again, this is what I think it could potentially be. Do I have all the facts and information? Not as of yet. But what I do know is their story doesn't add up. Anyhow, if you really want to know what's going on, I have been doing this since, 2012, 2013. And I've got lots of information that you absolutely need to hear. So get to restrictedrepublic.com right now. You're going to regret it if you don't. I put out this amazing report. Pelosi lied and people died. You're going to want to see. We have all kinds of exclusive content that we're not posting anywhere else but on Restricted Republic. Come and get unbrainwashed. The information that you're getting, quote unquote, for free here on YouTube is not really free, because we're limited into the information that we can give you. So it's really controlled information. Get out of the system, get unbrainwashed, use the coupon code Independence, and you're going to have it for $4 per month for an entire 2 years. And you can cancel whenever you want. And that's less than a cup of coffee, even half of what some coffees cost today. Anyhow, I really hope to see you over there. I love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.